welcome back to another episode of Sitar classes. Thanks to Gurukul Online Learning Network. This is Nishit Dey, your Sitar instructor. So far, the lessons that we have learned were very basic approaches to learning Sitar. I hope that so far you have watched the videos if you are a complete beginner, and by this time you should be having some kind of a very faded line in your index finger. It is very difficult to learn the sitar just by seeing videos, just by watching videos. So you should be able to see Gurukul's email address somewhere on the screen. So I recommend that you send me a picture or something of your finger so I could get back to you. I could maybe help you out or maybe even tell you that how your line is supposed to be, or if it's right or if it's wrong. It is better to be safe than sorry later, because it is very hard to unlearn something that you and then relearn. So it's better if we don't make the mistake in the first place. I learned it the hard way. Before moving on, I told in one of my videos that after every 6 to 7 classes we are going to go back to how to tune a sitar, because it is not something that you can learn in one day. So reshuffling and rewinding back to the tuning class, I'll just give you let's just go through how to tune the sitar again. So as I said, the best scale for tuning a sitar is D on your tanpura, but if you're a beginner, C sharp is also okay, especially since in C sharp the strings are a bit softer and it goes easier on the hands. Having that said, the first string that you need to tune is Sa, which is the jor string. The jor is actually a part of Indian classical instrumental music, which is also used in Drupad, but we'll go to that later since it is a bit more advanced. So the first string that you have to tune is the jor string, which is going to be in the lowest octave of the scale, in Sa, which is the first note, and then Ga, so that's third. Sa, Re, Ga. So interesting thing is that what we are really looking for is the combination, the vibration that both the strings produce at the same time, rather than tuning it one by one. So notice the sound. This sound is what we are looking to memorize, and then sa ga, and then sa pa. So first and fifth, it's in tune, and then sa. This sa is in the middle octave, so Madhya Saptak and Mandra Saptak. And this sa is the highest octave. I can't sing this note, but provided that everything is tuned, the sitar should be sounding something like this. And then at the last we are going to tune the main string in Shuddhama. Sa, Re, Ga, Ma. Okay. Hoping that all of your sitars are in tune. On the last class, I believe we had 2 separate approaches, one for your right hand and the other for your left hand. We are going to move ahead with your left hand today in this class, but now we are going to emphasize more on the line that you need to make on your middle finger. The middle finger will mostly be responsible for pulling the string, as I explained earlier in one of my videos, and the index finger is going to be mostly responsible for sliding through the fretboard. But eventually both your fingers must know how to do both. Having that said, today's practice is going to be relatively simple, but there's so much that can go wrong. The most frequent problem that occurs in these lessons are that students tend to get multiple lines on the middle finger, which is hazardous. You need to get only one. And I'm not sure if you can see where my line is. There is a video, I guess 2 or 3 videos earlier to this video, where I have a close-up shot of my fingers. You can go back to that. And that can be used as a reference, but it is very important that we get this right. the practice is relatively simple actually. It's sa re sa re sa re sa re. Before we go, I hope that you remember that we discussed earlier that the sitar, if from the back, if we divide it into two parts, if we draw an imaginary line that divides the sitar into two parts, we are going to aim for the thumb to rest. We are going to aim at the lower 25%, which is somewhere around here. So your thumb should be sticking right around here, which can vary if you have much larger hands than mine. But then again, as I said, the best way to learn sitar is actually going to a teacher. This video can be used as a reference, or you could just always send pictures to us at Gurukul on the email address. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is, right now the lessons are going to be more of coordinating your right hand with your left hand, and these lessons does not mean that the previous lessons are going to stop. No, not at all. Instead, these lessons are going to add up, and if you get this lesson right, so your total time to practice by now should be around 15 to 20 minutes. It's almost like bodybuilding, where you don't stress a lot. Rather, you have a routine where you gradually you extend your time. So sa re 4 times, and then we shift to re ga, something like very slow and steady, very slow, but it has to be very loud. It doesn't have to be a very beautiful sound, it just has to be loud. So it's a good exercise for your right hand, and it has enough control and strength. It's most like more like a strength building or flexibility gaining kind of exercise. You can go much slower if you want. Notice how in this specific tempo, notice how I let the sound finish and I don't really hurry. Most cases, the students who are beginners just like you, what they tend to do is they tend to let off their fingers before the sound finishes, before the bar finishes. So this is a frequently done mistake. We can't do this. The finger has to remain there at all times, and we cannot shift till the bar ends. So and this is how we are going to return. Just the opposite. This was sa re re ga. I'm doing it 2 times, but it's going to be 4 sa re re ga, and shifting the index finger. When we come back, it's going to be exactly the opposite, which is notice how when I come back, notice how I do this. This is going to be your fingering position. So you're going to come back. First, the index finger is going to come back to the previous note. So pa ma ga. So pa ma, and then you take your index to ga, and then the middle comes in ma. This is how you do it. So let's recap. Once you're done doing this very slow and you're confident, it usually would take about 4 to 5 days to have a minimum confidence that you can take the speed up. But it is very important that you take it very slow at first, because these practices are going to be responsible for the line in your middle finger, which is very important. So this is something that you're going to be doing after 5 days. The speed can be a bit higher. So for an example, Thanks for watching. We'll be back with another video soon. Hoping all the best for you. Thank you.